halfway through Season 2 of the SBA, and it's time for the Season 2 All-Star Game. Welcome in. I am Commissioner Cryle. Alongside me is Co-Commissioner KJ, and we're in for a good one. So this is Team DK is Team J Jettas, and Team Bowser is me. I'm going to be controlling 4 Team Pizza. So KJ, I mean, a lot of interesting names here, but also you could argue a lot of names that were sort of not originally on the list as well.
Indeed.
And grab there from Fire.
In fact, I think there's also a couple that missed out as well.
I think true. I mean, we mentioned Dark Bones. I think there were a few others as well that didn't even get notoriety, even in the pitching category. But I mean, Birdo took the world by storm, or by suckage, or however you want to call it. What a play from Wiggler! Oh my goodness! Maybe Wiggler needs to be at second base. How about that? But yeah, a lot of firepower on both these teams. I mean, how have you thought about this SBA season so far? Because I mean, it's been pretty fun, but it really just seemed like the team to beat is the DK Wilds.
I would agree. It's been pretty fun, and that team is definitely the DK Wilds. Anybody wants to take down the #1
in any league, especially this one, because DK Wilds have been going on a tear recently.
Dude, Monty Mole, my goat, double to start off. One thing with my team compared to KJ's, there's a lot of power hitting on this team, so they're lucky they have that chemistry there in the outfield. But like we said here, at that back-to-back times we're here. Daisy Cruiser, what a hit, but that will be foul. But current talks about good hit there from Firebro. I can't even talk at all. And Monty Mo's gonna go home and get the first run of the game.
He will.
Bro was talking about is obviously part of the rule changes from the end of season 1 going into this season was the All-Star game being in the middle of the season. But we talked about it, KJ. Definitely a chance that maybe one of the proposals is a new stadium for the All-Star game.
Indeed.
And also, there's plenty to choose from too. I mean, quite a lot of stadiums to choose to go for this very, very great game.
Yeah, bro, up. Been a fantastic player for the Mario Fireballs. Looking for something here. Already 1 run scored. That's here at the bottom of the first. Having fun with it, and that's gonna be a good hit. And Baby DK can't get there, so that's gonna drag a run home. Buddy Throw will not get there in time, so that would be an RBI double for Hammer Bro. I mean, it's crazy how good all the bros have been this season, but going back to snubs, I mean, you definitely can consider Boomerang Bro a snub. I mean, he's had multiple home runs this season, but didn't get the notoriety.
Indeed.
Here comes the Slugger of the Year from Season 1. It'll get really interesting to see if he can get anything to go. Looking for a windup. Oh my goodness, that ball's deep and that ball is foul. Oh my goodness. There, trying to get a good grab there. And Donkey Kong will get it over the brown critter. I mean, KJ, out of all the teams who you think that can make that sort of second half season push, I mean, one of the replication of the Diddy Monkeys, who do you think can, make that, that push? Because there are a couple teams that are a little bit in the dumps right now, but could easily rebound.
See, that's hard. Because what the Diddy Monkeys did, they had to go through a lot of changes to be able to make that second half push in the season. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I would say whoever is 4th overall in the league has the best chance to make that second half push.
I mean, obviously looking at the standings right now, DK Wilds and Mario Fireballs are top 2 teams, but Mario Fireballs just lost to the Peach Monarch, so not many people are doing so hot. I mean, Wario Muscles are 4-3 even with that 30 run differential. You see the suckage from Birdo, but I mean,
Indeed.
It's so interesting the way it works. I mean, run differential doesn't even matter, it feels like, because you have a team like the Mario Fireballs that even with not good run differentials, they still find ways to win games. Even though you look at a team like the Wario Muscles, I mean, they have a 30 run differential, but they're only 1 game over 500.
Dude, I mean, even looking at last year, how Fireballs had that bye, even though their run difference, I think, was barely even passed in there. negatives.
Yeah,
So,
it was in the negatives for most of the season before the last game of the season, I think, or even like I think it was 2 games before the end. So definitely something to monitor. If I had to choose a team, I was gonna say the Daisy Flowers, but they had a little bit of a fire sale. That's gonna be a deep hit for Baby DK, but they will make the grab. How the hell did Firebro not like die from under the pressure of Bowser? How does the strength of Firebro to lift Bowser up is actually insane. But I mean, Bowser, we talk about, you know, X Factors, KJ. Bowser's been that X Factor for the DK Wilds.
indeed he has. He's been one of the reasons why DK Wilds are in the first place position right now.
And we see another deep hit there to center, but that's going to just be a pop fly, and that should get them out of the inning. Or out of the top of the inning, I believe. How about that? King K. Rool, my starter. Already balling out, so now it's up to Blue Toad, and then back to Monty Mole. I mean, Blue Toad, talk about surprise all-stars, KJ. It's been crazy to see what Blue Toad's been able to do this season.
Indeed.
And here comes my favorite player, the best player in the history of the SBA. Definitely not biased whatsoever. The man, the myth, the legend, Monty Mole. And that's a double play. All right, well, okay, all right.
Man, myth, and the legend of making the wrong plays. So we'll leave it at
You
that.
forget, though, KJ had that play game 1 of the championship series where it bonked off the left fielder's head. It was a Baby DK-esque, remember? That was the first home run in SBA history. We had another one like that. How about that from Firebro, though? Can they get back there in time? It looks like they can. So we have a little bit of more competitive all-star game. A lot more chemistry, like unlike last time, KJ, where the score was like 20-8 or something like that.
I believe so, yes. Chemistry is one of, if not the most important factor when it comes to this league. Especially in that outer fields, it's very important.
It turned from a baseball game to a football game with
They have
how that
chemistry.
score looked. But I mean, overall, I mean, how have you looked at this season? I mean, it's looked pretty fun. You know, we've had a lot of electric moments of each week as well.
Okay, I would agree.
How
It's been
about
pretty
that? That
fun.
one's belted and that one's gone.
No shout out today, though. That's a great thing.
No shout out there. I mean, surprisingly, King K. Rool is a good pitcher. Like, I don't think anyone would have expected that looking at King K. Rool, and that's no slight to him. But he seems, you know, he did as well as he could. But I don't know who's gonna be coming on.
After
It may be Bowser. Yep, and there goes the chemistry in the outfield. I literally called this when setting up the lineups, but
Well, and we got Brown Critters out here.
he's
Oh, well,
Wiggler
just hit
is
directly
just
to
too
Wiggler.
tall.
That's also an option.
Wiggler is just too tall. And how about this? What a surprising all-star from Yoshi. You know, KJ, a free agent acquisition in week 2, and he's been pretty good for the Monarchs. Swing and miss there.
Hey.
And nothing to go there. That'll be an out. Out of all the all-stars, or just looking at everyone on the field right now, there's a lot of star power, KJ. Oh my goodness, what a play for Wiggler's having a day there at second base. Oh my goodness.
That length does help a lot.
It's not about the size of it, it's about the motion of the ocean, if you know what I mean, KJ. But I mean, going back to looking at both these teams, I wanted to ask you, I mean, who do you think is your MVP frontrunner, you know, halfway through the season?
Kind of hard to say. I still think it's a pretty close one. That there's not a clear deciding MVP favorite right now. I think everybody has a great chance to do it on each individual team. The hardest part is trying to figure out who it is.
I just think if they can easily rebound, I mean, right now, it feels like what an archer would be, but it just feels like it's Bowser. You know, I think Bowser just coming to this team and just like we've seen what the DK Wilds look like without Bowser, and then you add Bowser to this, you know, talented team but had some holes, and he immediately becomes, you know, the go-to guy. And he's actually been kind of a great first baseman. That ball's belted. Can they get back there in time? That's the main question. And it looks like they can. What a play there from Baby DK. No home runs today. We have actual a competitive all-star game. But yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, if it wasn't for him, KJ, I think Green Critter is definitely warranted in the conversation. I mean, he's been he's been the heart and soul of that Mario Fireballs team. And, you know, we talked about him being on MVP watch for Season 2 ever since, you know, that he was acquired halfway through Season 1. So, interesting there as we see another run score for Team Pizza.
With double right there from Green Critter as well.
I mean, yeah, I can agree. There's multiple people that you can go with. I mean, one of the surprising parts about halfway through the season, I mean, you still have another half of a season to play it. That's what's great about being in a little bit of an all-star break. You can sort of regroup and think about your teams. We've had a couple trades, but Waluigi Spitballs, I mean, Coach D-Sleep, after being on the cusp of a bye in week 1, is now sitting at 2-5. What do you think has happened with that team?
I probably might say chemistry to be. Oh, what a miss!
Wow. Oh, second base? Oh, chase him down, maybe? And doesn't throw it in time, because of course.
Ooh. Of course. But I'd say it might be chemistry, because again, chemistry is huge, and I don't think D-Sleep has that chemistry needed to protect that team, especially after they gave up, what, 20 runs? Against the Muscles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I can definitely check that real quick. Let's look out there.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they lost to the Birdo Bows. Like, that's kind of like the way that this team's playing. They lost by 7 to the DK Wilds. And they lost by 12 in that game. I mean, that was the game we were talking about. That was the exact same score of the All-Star game, believe it or not. So, which is
Well, you know.
Which is great. I believe so. I could be wrong, but
I think All-Star game had a little more than 20. I think it was like 21 or 22.
yeah, because I think we were trying to reach 30, but then like they just stopped scoring.
Yeah.
Here comes
I
Birdo.
think it was like we were trying to get like a 20-point differential in the game, and they were so close but just couldn't.
I think one of the more underrated teams of the season, I think you can agree, KJ, is the Birdo Bows, headed by Coach Mushbrain.
Yeah.
Coach Mushbrain had he had a season, to say the least. It wasn't a good one, but he definitely had a season last year with the Yoshi Eggs. But I mean, he's really rebounded well just because he did really good team building with this team. How about this from Blue Toad? Oh my goodness! Blue Toad continues to amaze us. What a home run!
I hope the Cheap Cheeps are hungry because he just hit a dinker right over there.
Oh my goodness, what a play. Are we going to see another one? Squid definitely played a factor, but can't help there. Oh my goodness, what a play there from Red Critter. Offense and defense here in this inning. But yeah, what I was talking about before, the Birdo Bows, their only 3 losses have been by 1 score. I mean, it just, if a ball goes the other way, you know, left or right, we could be talking about a possible undefeated team here in the Birdo Bows, KJ. But this is still a very, very lethal team.
Oh yeah, that's very true. It's just, can they keep that together? Because one of the hardest part about being those run score differentials is if it keeps adding up, it's not going to help you in the long run, because those losses will eventually add up.
There it goes.
More matters if they can develop those losses into wins.
Also, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, definitely compliment KJ's microphone, his new one, in the comment section below. I think there's no chemistry in the outfield, so that's why Bowser can get a home run there. But
That is true.
yeah. Overall, Coach Pizza's team is definitely doing well so far. Oh, the Cheap Cheeps
David
play
DK right into
factor.
the Cheap Cheep.
So that would be a double.
It might be a triple.
No, almost though. I think there is still chemistry on that right side of the outfield, just that left side leaves much to be desired. So
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got a lot of right-handers coming
and
our
just
way.
like that, almost like you jinxed it. What a
it's
what
just
a hit
chemistry
from
on the right
King K.
side.
Rool. I mean, that ball was belted. There was no way they could get to that in time, anyways. So
Oh no.
King K. Rool. I mean, what's happening with the Diddy Monkeys? That's a great question. While we are talking about King K. Rool, I mean, they are 3-4. They're in a wild card spot, but I just what's happening with this team? It just feels like every time they get the chance to, like, oh, is that another home run? Yes, it is.
I know he got knocked down, but come on, baby DK, you gotta get your butt up and you keep on fighting. You can't just give up.
Baby DK had a little bit too much gumbo before the All-Star festivities. Happens to the best of us. And now it's 11-1. Jay Jet is getting run out of his own cruiser. But I mean, yeah, what's happening with the Diddy Monkeys? I mean, champions last year, and I know they were in a similar situation before going on a run in the season 1, you know, to make it to the playoffs as a wild card at 7-7. But I mean, what do you think is happening to this team?
I think for one, I think they lost quite a lot of their great players from last year. While they were able to retain some of them, that whole team definitely was stacked if they were able to not just win the playoffs, but sweep every single game they played in.
That is, it was actually insane. The margin of victory they won in most games. Besides the championship series, if you didn't throw Red Critter on the mound, aka Pizza, I mean, those games were close. But other than that, I mean, it just seemed like it was a team of destiny.
Oh yeah.
Here comes the captain. Can he get anything to go? That's a good hit, but look at King K. Rool rumble and tumble, huh? Look at him go.
Bum 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 bum.
I think that should be his. They should throw him and 2 critters. Someone should trade. That's what the Diddy Monkey should do. They should trade for another critter and just have that be the outfield. King K. Rool is an outfield partner duo with 2 critters.
He might get a strikeout here.
Maybe? No.
Nope.
Almost.
If he just threw another bullet, it would have.
I mean, honestly, I don't think we'll ever see a performance like Blooper's debut in season 1. I think that was such an unorthodox performance that's probably gonna go in the SBA history books. I mean, that, like, Blooper was playing unconscious that game.
I mean, how many? I think he played the entire game, if I'm not mistaken.
And he had like 3 or 4 strikeouts. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
Like, very rare that happens, as you can see in this game, but maybe Baby Daisy can get something to go. More known as a fielder / pitcher. Not really known for her batting prowess. So
And we see it right there. So
maybe Blue Toe can get another home run. Who knows? Nope, just goes for the contact hit. And Baby DK won't get there in time. Wow, interesting.
I feel this giant squid has a bias towards the right side.
Maybe he's right-handed. Who knows? Monty Mole, the goat. Trying to get something to go. He can't, though. So the boat only gets on first. Ooh, can we see a home run hit? We absolutely can, but... Oh, whoa! First time we've seen this pitch! And it's
well.
somehow still hits it. That's a very underrated pitch there. Maybe that could be something that the Diddy Monkeys could use as a pitcher. Who knows? I mean, it's
Potentially.
possible.
Looks like another change as well.
Gonna be a captain versus captain matchup. Having the 2 captains go against each other, even though they're on the same team, is interesting. How about that for the star at bat? They do get a run home.
That's Dicky on fire too.
We're seeing star hits and star throws that we haven't seen before. Maybe it's gonna be an omen for season 2. That was very close to a home run, but maybe this is more of an omen for, the second half of season 2. Maybe we see more of those. And that ball is belted, and that ball is gone. Oh, don't show JJ as the score. Oh my goodness, getting a taste of his own medicine.
Hey, at least this doesn't count towards standings.
It does not count towards pride, though. I mean, we saw it last year with Florida Man and D-Sleep. They really wanted to win that All-Star game because it is such a prestigious, thing to have both these teams. That's another one. My goodness! What is happening? Now DK's out to lunch. I don't even know what's happening right now. Just like that, it's 17-1. I mean, KJ, I'm not gonna do the comeback line. That's too cheesy. I'm not doing that. How about that? Baby DK sort of having an off day. I mean, you can sort of translate that to like the Waluigi Spitball season as well, KJ, but not the best day from Baby DK.
I don't know. And you usually have those type of days. You know, not have your best days, but at least it's here in the All-Star game and not.
Yeah,
And,
you can't
moment
even
where it matters,
fault,
like the playoffs.
yeah, you can't even fault the outfield for what the Waluigi Spitballs have done this season. It's just, it feels like they lack that hitting identity. What a play! Oh my goodness, that was almost a double play from third base. What a play from Dry Bones. Oh my goodness.
And once again, regular's length helps out again.
So here comes Blue Toad. And that's going to be a good hit. And that time it'll be caught, but that makes it 18-1. I mean, if I had to ask you, who would be your second half team? I mean, you said there's a bunch of different people who could be MVP candidates, but if I had to ask you, who would you say, if you had to choose, who could make that second half comeback as a team and sort of get back into that bye spot for the playoffs?
I want to say the Muscles, weirdly enough. They started off the year very hot, then they just started slowing down, which I think has to do a lot with their defense starting to give up more runs and their offense starting to slow down, especially after their 20-run game. So if they could just manage to get back to their old start of the season self where they were completely dominating, then I think they can make that bye week push.
I mean, just feel like the offense after that 20-run game, like you said, is just, they fell off a cliff, and there's really no reason or rhyme for it. They just haven't been able to win those games, and they've been winnable games, but I guess just certain, I mean, we look at their more recent games. The Warrior Muscles lost to the DK Wilds. I mean, that was sort of a, that's a buzzsaw of a game. But then they lost to the Mario Fireballs as well in back-to-back games. And then the week before that, they only won by 1 to the 1-4 Diddy Monkeys at the time. So it's definitely a very interesting scenario for Coach Pizza. I mean, he's been in the situation before where he's had these good starts, but he fell off a cliff. I mean, this is still it's still a really talented team. I would definitely choose them over the Mario Fireballs. But what about the bottom 4 teams? Do you think that any of them have a chance at getting back into that bye slot? It's a long shot, but I feel like there are some teams that still have that opportunity.
I think starting off with Spitballs again, I think that's just a chemistry thing. If they can just get the chemistry stuff figured out, I think they can try and make a good push to finish at least 3 or 4, like that third spot overall, maybe even a bye. The Flowers, something about them, they just keep playing on and off. Like,
Yeah,
there are
and
games
also they
where
just
play-
had the biggest fire sale I've ever seen a team have.
I don't know, like
They
they'll
sold off a
play-
lot of their pieces, and I think they're sort of they're playing for the draft for next season. So I
Yeah,
don't blame
like they'll play good one game, and then next game they just fall off, and then next game they just, I don't know. If they can just figure out a way to stay consistent, I think they can also make that push.
Maybe DK. That's gonna be another double play, and it's looking more and more like Coach Pizza is gonna win this game for this All-Star game. I mean, it's all for fun at the end of the day. It's all festivities, but it's been a fun one, KJ.
Oh yeah, that's one.
But it won't end there. Okay, roll. So now you need a historical rally. I mean, anything could happen. You could rattle Bowser and get him off the mound, but it's going to take a lot of work.
That is very true. But it will be.
And already a strike
Right,
there.
what's the news?
How about that? DK Wild on DK Wild Crime trying to end this game, and that's exactly how they do it.
Based off a strikeout. What a way to go out.
And just like that, Coach Pizza's team will win this game 18-1 versus Coach Jay Jettas. A fun one as always, KJ. Now we get ready for the second half of the season. I think you and I can both agree we are very excited for the second half of season 2.
Indeed. I'm very excited. I know you're excited, and I hope the other coaches are excited too.
Of course, I think MVP favorite for a reason. I mean, he's just the reason the DK Wilds are the way they are. Just no offense to be speaking of for the DK Wilds. But again, it is the All-Star game. It's more or less about having fun. But Pizza can now hold this over Jay Jettis for the rest of his life. But with that being said, that will do it for us, the co-commissioners of the SBA, me, myself, Crowd Justin, and Broily Soap, also known as KJ. And we will see you guys for Week 8 of the SBA.